All right, YouTubers, so here we go again. It's the start of season 3, hopefully the year that we get this old girl running. So it's didn't get much done over the holidays, spent some time with the family, but now we're into mid-January and gonna get going on her again. So see, I got my fire going to keep me warm, and you'll notice I got the forklift over by the truck. I actually was successful in getting chains on the old girl. It was a tight fit, especially right in here. It barely clears, but it actually works well, and it drives like a four-wheel drive on the snow. So good to go. The goal today is going to be removing the power divider. You'll recall from earlier videos that when I drained the oil, a handful of teeth fell out of it, and as one astute commenter mentioned, the teeth don't grow back. So I'm gonna try and pull that out. I'm gonna swing the forklift over top and chain fall it out of there, and then take it into probably the gear center and get it rebuilt. So that'll be the goal today. I got a nice early start. As you'll see, again, it'll get lighter and easier to see as as I go through the day, but I'm gonna have to get this cross section or cross member removed because it's right in the way, and then I'll be able to rig off the power divider and fly it out of there. So that's the plan. I guess we'll get started. All right, so my oldest daughter got tired of watching my jiggly videos as I carried the phone all over the truck, so she bought me this special arm that holds up the camera, which will work quite well because then I'll actually be able to get some work done. So right now I'm planning to air up the suspension to raise up the frame, because when I put on the 3030s brake chambers, this was a lot higher, and actually it's kind of the differential is kind of shifted to the passenger side. It's not actually truly in the center. So I actually got to take this booster off in order to fly this out of here. So I'm going to raise the air suspension up, use a jack stand, and then I can get that booster off of there. And then of course we got to drop the drive shaft. Have to drop the back drive shaft as well, because I think the through shaft is actually connected to this assembly. In the newer trucks you can actually drop this out and leave the through shaft in place, but talking to one of the mechanics at Peterbilt, he said that he believes it comes with it. So I'm actually going to have to drop the back drive shaft as well. I mean, that's okay. Obviously this truck's pretty vintage. I'll be replacing all the U-joints because it's a good opportunity to do that. But yeah, that's the plan. So we'll keep picking away at it here. All right, so I've mentioned in previous videos, and anyone that deals with these things knows, but it's worth repeating that never mess around with those brake chambers. There's quite a spring in there that can do a lot of damage. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to release the park brake, and then I'm going to put the cage bolt in there. So as you can see, the arm's moving in. Okay. Now, so this is the caging bolt here. It's on the side of all the brake chambers. And now that the brakes are released, this guy's been brought back, and you can see it's right in there. Put that guy on, and then bring this nut all the way in. And then what that'll do, then I can take the air off, and all the other brakes will go back into park mode. Good. Better double check. Yeah, let's give it a turn, tighten that up, and then I'll release the brakes, or put the brakes back on, I mean. That's it. Now that guy's safely caged and ready for removal. how to take off the airlines. And then I'll release the clevis from the arm there, and then 2 bolts, and she's out of there. So again, what I'll have to do now is probably hack off this inch and then get a new compression fitting, but there's enough slack in the line I should be able to reuse it. And it sure sucks having to redo your work, but I guess the learning here is if you're going to get an old truck out of a field, maybe look at the big stuff first, like the rear end. There's one brake booster. Because if I would have saw that those teeth were damaged, I probably would have addressed that before I finished everything else. But live and learn, I guess that's part of life. So that's out of there now, so now we got some room. Just keep removing some lines here, redoing some of my earlier work. And I just want to say thank you. Take a moment to thank everyone. I mean, I can't believe how many folks are following or subscribing. Such kind comments on the YouTube videos, and followers on Instagram. This has just been such a enjoyable project, and you know, sharing it with so many people and getting such positive feedback has really made this a lot of fun. So thanks again to everyone. A lot of folks have reached out to me. There was one fellow in Edmonton. He said he's got some set of sockets and a jack, a floor jack, that Walker floor jack, that he wanted to offer me, and so I went over there and picked that up a few weekends ago. And he was even offering to help come over and put the sleeper on. So, and then there's some other folks out on Instagram that have made some great suggestions, great insights, and offered help and support. There's been some folks on Patreon and the GoFundMe page, and I can't thank all of you enough. It's just it's been fantastic. So I'm going to do my best to keep making some good content here in the new year that you all enjoy. And a lot of people are asking, they're saying, well, what are you going to do when you're done this project? And I don't know, I think this one's still got a ways to go, but who knows? Maybe when I get this one to a certain point, maybe we'll start on another. But thanks again to all the wonderful subscribers. Well, nobody said this was going to be easy, so I tried to remove the first cap, and it broke right off. And of course, she's seized in there. So the joys of owning a 40-year-old truck. So that one's going to be fun. Looks like I got a long day ahead of me. All right, so big believer in better safe than sorry. So as I was working on getting the U-joint out, I was looking at the other brake booster, and I thought, you know what, better just to get it out of there. I don't like having that heavy spring around me, and worst case, when I pull out the assembly, if it accidentally swung into it, might do some damage. So it was a pretty quick job, just like the other side, and I swung it out of there. So keep moving forward. So once again, the generosity of all my friends and fans. So to pull these U-joints off of here, I could just beat on them with a hammer for the rest of the afternoon, or you can get this special tool. So what this does is you crank it down with an impact, and it forces the U-joint out. I think it's called a Tiger tool or something, and it's about a $400 touch. But my friends at Traction there loaned it to me for the afternoon, so that saved me about $400, and I'll be able to safely and properly press out all the old rusted, seized caps and move forward. So thanks again, guys, really appreciate it. All right, let's give this a go. Oops. budging. Oh no, she's working. It's here, I'll show, give a demonstration of what it's doing. See, it's pushing out the bottom one, so it is working. So we'll keep hammering away on this and get these guys out of here. All right, so I pulled the cap off, and I mean, there's a little bit of grease in there. It's not completely worn out, but definitely worthwhile replacing since I'm doing all this work. So man, that is a slick tool. If anyone needs to swap U-joints, that's the right way to do it. So once again, doing some more rework. So taking the axles out. Got a nice drip pan there to try and capture the oil. Hopefully don't wreck my polish job too bad. And there we go. Oh, jeez. So it's funny, the ones at the back I just had to hammer on with that tool to get them out, and this one I just took the cap off and it just fell out of here. So I guess these were well greased, making my job easier. And this one's just being a bear. It's funny, the one under the sleeper just came out, just fell out essentially. And this one, I've been beating on it with penetrating oil and I was just about to add heat, but then she finally popped. So again, you haven't lived till you worked on a truck that's 40 years old and been sitting out in the field rusting for 20 years. So front drive shaft's out. Now we're on to the, that was the easy one, I'm betting. This one, a little short final drive underneath, and of course underneath the fifth wheel plate. So I'm going to be working on my back here for the next hour or so to hammer away at this one, try and get it out of here. Fun times. Man, that's a bummer. So the only way I'm going to be able to get that drive shaft out of there is I got to be able to turn it and work from the bottom one at a time, because there's just no room in there. And the only way that drive shaft will turn is if I take out these axles. So now I got to wreck a couple more gaskets, lose some more oil, but that's the nature of the game. Well, that was unfun, but I got it out of there. A lot of banging and twisting. The U-joint was actually one of the ends, one of the caps was seized, so I had to cut it in half and then bang it apart. Of course, the last of the four caps was like that, but got her out of there now. Boy, oh boy, it's quite a project. And so now I got to get this nut off of here, which I know it's probably going to be a bear as well, but that allows the through shaft to go out with the carrier. So making progress little by little. Well, isn't that a pleasant surprise? Guess the trucking gods are being nice to me. This guy came right off of here without any trouble. Look at that. Finally, something was easy today. There, done. Now I can go to work on the front. All right, so just slowly but surely taking all these bolts out of here. One by one, they come out eventually. Okay, I got enough bolts out. There we go. This is loose. I still gotta take these front plates off and fly it out of there, but getting closer. Finally got her out of there. And there you can see, at one time, the frame was red. So old blue was old red. Okay, we're gonna put this forklift to work. So I swung her into place, and I'm gonna chain, or do a chain hoist off the hook there, and hopefully fly this thing out of here before sundown. I've only got about another hour, so I'll keep giving her here, see how far I get. Oh, there's always one bolt, it's just a pain. So had to pretty much grind the nut off to get the cross member out of there. So I got that out of there. We'll see if I can get this done in time, but I don't want to rush, so maybe I'll try and finish tomorrow. We'll see how far we get. So what I'm planning on doing is taking out some bolts from the power divider, and then I'm going to run some longer bolts in there, and then that's what we're going to rig off of, so that hopefully that holds it up. So yeah, we'll give it a shot. All right, so it's rigged up. I'm still taking off the remaining nuts holding her to the housing, but I'll keep working at it and hopefully get this thing swung out of here. It's gonna be close. I might have to call her a night pretty quick and finish it tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, so we're getting close here. Starting to run out of light, but I got all the nuts off. I got it broken free. Heavy bugger. And let's get this last nut off. Maybe I'll stop it. You guys don't want to watch me undoing a nut. Okay, I got everything off. Moment of truth. Here it comes. She hangs. Awesome. That's how it's done, folks. All right. See if we can see any of that initial damage on what where all those teeth are coming from. Let's see if I can give you some light. Yeah, there's some teeth down there. There's one more piece. Let's take a look. Well, maybe I'll get it out of here and get it on a pallet and then have a better look. Yeehaw! Well, folks, that's how it's done. You set a goal and you get there. This is awesome. So you can see where the trouble was. We're missing a good amount of teeth on the ring gear, so she wouldn't have lasted. So I'm pretty happy I did this. So yeah, throw it on a pallet, send it into the gear center. Good day, little by little. Get a little better light here. So yeah, there's the damage. Doesn't appear to be anywhere else. Oh, I'm leaking a bit of oil. But yeah, we'll get her fixed, put her back together. But yeah, I'm very pleased how this went today. Probably the longest day I've ever worked on this truck, but it paid off in the end. So I'm pretty happy. Yeah, there's the inside. Probably redo the gasket on both. Boy, the previous mechanic sure liked blue silicone. Yeah, that'll be that. Good day, good day. Time for to go in and have a nice cold Jack Daniels. Hope everyone enjoyed this this episode. I'm not sure what I'll do next, but there's always plenty to do on the old girl, little by little.